It was just time, I've been growing it for 5 years, and it just felt like time for a reset. And, I could always grow it back. So it was just time for a haircut.
What was kind of the team's reaction when they saw it?
Everyone was super shocked. They all gave good reactions. But, a few of them didn't even recognize me at first. But it was cool to just see all the reactions.
Was that something that had been kind of talked about, or did they know it was coming, or you just showed up one day and that was
No,
it?
I just showed up on Friday morning with a haircut. I didn't tell even most of my family. So they saw on TV. So they were shocked too.
What's is the goggles more like kind of what you want to be known by, or you had the hair obviously for a while, but what would just obviously the look was something that was kind of part of you?
No, yeah, I think for myself, the goggles has always been my look because I've had the goggles since I started playing basketball at 7 years old, and then the hair just kind of became my other look the past couple years. So I kind of want to just transition back to just my goggles. My hair can change and all that.
From family and friends, what has been the reaction?
Everyone says it looks really good, so I'm happy that everyone likes it. I like it myself, and if I ever want my long hair back, like I said, I can just grow it back.
Could you feel any sort of difference while playing?
Not really. It felt the same. I know my game is the same no matter what my hair is.
Was there any part of it though, or you mentioned a reset where it's like, hey man, people have all kinds of superstitions and stuff. Was it like, hey, maybe I'll start making more threes or something?
Not about making threes, but I think kind of for myself it was to break my own superstition, like that I need the long hair or whatever people say. I think for myself it was good to have. Even though we did have a loss, I think I had a pretty good performance, and I think it broke my own superstition that I needed the long hair.
Was there any satisfaction too that they had gone to all the trouble to print these pictures with the long hair on there, and then you kind of?
I kind of not regretted it, but I kind of didn't want them to think that it was because of them. It had nothing to do with the Utah State student section. Friday morning when they made a post on social media, I was like, dang, I don't want them to think I cut it because of them. But it was totally my own decision.
Do you think of taking a selfie and make a post like, "Hey, it's already changed" or something?
No, I didn't want to even engage with them. I saw it on my social media, but I didn't want to engage with them.
What was I know you played there before, but what was that atmosphere like? That was in my 12 years covering the team, one of the louder ones I can remember.
Compared this year to last year, it definitely was way louder. I was on the court way more this year, obviously, than last year. So I think being on the court and feeling their fans is definitely very, very hard to play there.
How do you think you guys handled that? In the second half there when it was starting to feel like it was caving in, you had a big shot, Tyson had a big shot. I know you lost, but do you feel like you guys handled the atmosphere pretty well?
I feel like we did. I feel like we stuck together as a group, and even in our huddles, I think our huddles were really good. We were all positive. I think we did handle the atmosphere pretty well.
What do you got to do to fix those defensive lapses you had, particularly in the second half?
I think we just got to have a few more times, just a little bit more urgency. I feel like there's a bunch of tough shots where they did make tough shots with good contests, but if we just have a little bit more contest, then they miss those shots, and there's a different outcome in the game.
Going the other way, the offense was probably as good from outside as it has been all year. So what did you see as far as why everybody seemed to shoot the ball pretty well?
I know we're all shooters. We all can shoot the ball great, so I'm not really surprised by anyone making shots. I think we just did a good job in practice a few days before, anticipating the zone and just moving the ball well and finding the great shots instead of rushing up and forcing a bad shot at the beginning of possessions.
Why do you think it took so long to get to that point where you were sinking in 14 threes?
I don't know. We all, like I said, we're all great shooters. We all shoot great every day in practice. Sometimes in the games they just don't fall. You might miss 3, but if you don't shoot 6 more, you might make the next 6. That's how I look at it.
Do you feel like the last 2 games with UNLV and then even though you lost the other day, that you guys are kind of finding something, that you guys are maybe starting to hit your groove here?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're just going to keep getting better and better. We're going to learn from that last game, and we still have a lot of season left. It's not the end of a season at all.
What about you? It seems like you're lately, really becoming one of the scorers on this team. How do you think you've developed from the start of the season till now?
I'm just taking it one day, one game at a time. I know what I can do on the court, so I'm just trying to show the world that.
Well, just how different is it for you compared to last year? Last year it's taking opportunities while you can get them. Now it's, you're playing 20-plus minutes. I assume it's a lot easier to get into the flow, right?
Yeah, for sure. Just being out there on the court for longer periods of time definitely helps me get in the flow easier. But, all that last year, I think it just prepared me for these moments this year.
I was going to say Carmichael was in the boat where he wasn't playing and now he's going to get to play. How did the year, you think, help you be where you are now?
I think just learning that the adversity and those moments where I'm not playing and just really paying attention to the court instead of being down on myself really helps me learn little things I can do better on the court.
Back to the defense for a second. I mean, that's been a staple around here for years. How frustrating is that, I guess? I mean, that used to win you games, and essentially that's what lost you the game the other night.
Yeah, it was definitely frustrating the other night, to have some of those tough shots. I mean, I watched the tape back, and some of those shots they hit, they weren't that badly defended. They hit some really tough shots. So, I think today we're gonna have a good day of practice and work on a lot of things defensively, and we'll be ready for tomorrow night.
Just knowing Coach Burns and knowing how important defense is around here, I mean, I guess just what is is it all correctable stuff, you think, in terms of, I mean, the overall season numbers are like the worst in 5 years here on defense?
I think it's, for sure, all correctable. I mean, defense is something that you can control every single night. Offense, you can't control really. You can't control shots going in and out, but you can control your effort and your defense and your rebounding. So I think that's something that we just got to all look at as a team and be better.
Pretty quick turnaround, too. A Tuesday game, then a Friday game on the road again. I mean, this stretch you guys are in right now, how important is it to kind of get the momentum back with a win and keep it rolling?
Yeah, I know. Tomorrow's a great chance for us to respond as a team and then carry that momentum into Friday. But right now, we're just focused on tomorrow.
With Pearson coming in, I mean, Leon was playing 11 guys in the last game. How does that change when you have so many guys on the court and so much depth?
I think it's a good thing for us. We just have fresh bodies after fresh bodies. So I think other teams, especially with Peanut, they didn't even probably expect him to go in. So he's a great player and he's a great addition to our team.
What do you see out of him at practice? We've heard of his confidence, work ethic. What stood out to you as a guy who's in his spot last year?
Definitely his confidence. He came in, the first game against UNLV, it looked like he's been on the court before. He came in, shot a few threes, made a couple. And, he every single day in practice when he was with the scout team, he was killing us. So I think that helped him with his confidence for sure.
How excited are you just to grow with him? Both young, both sharpshooters, just how excited are you for these next couple of years?
I'm really excited, but right now I'm just focused on our game tomorrow. But I definitely am excited for the future.
Kind of a quick turnaround to already be playing somebody twice like this and so soon. What are your thoughts on the rematch with Wyoming?
I'm excited. It was definitely tough to play up there with the altitude and everything, but I'm excited to play them again on our home floor.
Awesome. Thank you.